Okay guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now I'm sorry to you guys who have been waiting for this. I did actually promise this yesterday, but due to some issues I wasn't able to deliver. Now I'll be making this video today, of course, and this is really going to be explaining a couple things to you about the current hack status of the PS4 and the possibility of an exploit on a higher firmware level. So as we can see here in this page that I'm currently looking at, they will be discussing the 5.xx firmwares. So this is firmwares after 5.0, or including 5.0 I should say. I'll go over this with you in just a moment, but before I do go there, for all of the people who were here before, the people that were here when I was telling you guys about the original exploits for 4.05 and how I told you that they were coming, well, this is that sort of situation again. This is news that I am bringing to you, and I'm telling you that this will be eventually happening as it's been released, and the method behind it has been released as well. So please stay tuned. I'll explain a little bit to you if you're just interested about knowing what's happening. Now I would also like to ask you guys, if you are watching this video and if you have enjoyed it, please do actually subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also, likes and comments are also appreciated, but subscriptions at the moment are most important, just because YouTube will be terminating my partner program if I don't receive a couple more subscribers before mid this month. So we're almost there. I do need to reach 1,000 subscribers for him to continue with the partner program, so I hope I can continue with that. Of course, I do understand if you guys don't like this video and you don't want to, that's fair enough, but regardless of that, this is just explaining to you what the current status is. So essentially summarizing what has already been summarized by Wololo. So this hacker here, VPIKHUR, I would not know how to pronounce that, but anyways, he has revealed an exploit to the community, and he's given a bit of information on how to actually achieve this. Now for the end users at the moment, this isn't anything big, because of course you guys wouldn't know how to actually set this up just yet and how to get this running. So of course, until the developers actually release some working proof of concepts for this and whatnot, for you guys it's not big yet. But last year, around about the time, sorry, not last year, I should say the year before, around about the time that the actual 4.05 exploit was released this year, a year ago or 2 years ago, is when they actually released the information originally. But it did take quite a bit of time for developers to piece it all together and put a working exploit out for the end users. Now I'm not saying that this might take as long. This could take less, it could take longer. It just depends on the people behind it and how quickly they want to work on it, or how quickly they want to release stuff. So essentially, this one will be better than the 4.05 exploit if it is released, for multiple reasons. Firstly, it would be the fact that you would actually be able to play more up-to-date games, possibly even games that are brand new at the moment, even brand new when the exploit is properly released, as this doesn't seem to have been patched as of yet. So the actual exploit itself is still possible in all firmwares, but to get to the exploit it's a bit different, as the entry point, they have been patched in higher firmwares. So for example, the WebKit exploit won't work on the highest firmware, but there are ways to get the actual to actually get a different entry point into the system without having to go through WebKit, which this hacker has actually hinted, but he has not released any information. I believe QWERTY has also hinted stuff like this. So not only would that be more stable, but it will be better because you won't have to run a web server yourself on your PC or network or anything like that. You won't even need internet access to gain entry into the exploit. And with that being said as well, you won't only just need an entry point through some sort of exploit, but you would also need a kexploit, which is a kernel land exploit. So that's something else that either needs to be discovered on the higher firmwares, or someone needs to release the information about, as there are quite a few people that would have this information, but it's just up to them whether they want to release it or not. So with that being said as well, once that information is made available, this sort of exploit will work when you turn the PS4 off and back on, and that is because it's actually in the sleep mode. So it's an exploit through the sleep mode of the PS4 because it uses a different CPU. So this hacker has actually found a way to make it leak information, and therefore he's been able to run his own code through the exploit through that actual processor onto the main processor. So that's probably in the simplest way that I can explain it to you, but he's gained kernel land access that way. And of course he's able to do many things now. This other processor is called the South Bridge, so it's responsible for the background downloads, as it says here, when the console is off. So he's obviously been able to get it while it's off as well. And it would be, as he writes here, it's a chain of exploits combined with hardware attacks. So when he says hardware attacks, it probably means that he's probably got some sort of chip that's glitching the actual South Bridge chip at the same time. So he might have like a wire soldered somewhere, for example, that's pulsing a specific charge of electricity at a certain time, could be waiting for a response, anything like that. I really wouldn't know exactly what he is doing, as he hasn't really explained that just as of yet. But yes, so that is something that he has been able to achieve. As the guy at Wololo says as well, he's not too sure exactly what's going on here, but yeah, he says that the hacker is leveraging and revealing a not publicly known kernel exploit. So that means that we still need to find out the exploit that he is using, or someone may need to find a different one that would work. This is in syskld load. So again, you probably won't know about this unless you actually know a little bit more than the average user. And if you'd like to see a video, this video here will pretty much show you what's happening. So don't want to release content like this because I don't want to be shot for uploading someone else's work. But essentially you can see here that he's got a reply from the system. That's when it's on. Then as he turns it off, the request times out, and then when it boots back into the South Bridge, when it's off, so like what a console is off but it's in sleep mode, he's getting replies back from the system. So that means that he's able to access it, as I was saying, while it's in sleep mode. And if you actually watch this video, I'll leave a link to it in the description. You can see that towards the end of the video he actually gains access to the PS4 via FTP, and he also runs some console commands showing you that he can list all the directories and whatnot. So this exploit already has a lot more access than the current 4.05 exploit that we're using, and it's just a lot better all around. By the looks of things, can be run on all firmwares up to 5.0, including 5.0, and probably future firmwares, because he does explain here that the Sony did change their keys in 5.05, but the signing process is the same. So therefore, if you can leak the keys, or you can leak the process, or you know how to patch it, then the problem, it doesn't matter. You can still work around it. But anyways guys, that's it for this video. I know that a lot of you guys probably haven't seen this, so I wanted to bring it to your attention. Now, doesn't mean go and update your PS4 to the latest firmware. As always, make sure you keep your PS4 on the earliest firmware possible, unless you've already updated past the hackable exploit. If you're already past the hackable exploit, I would still recommend that you keep it on the earliest firmware, just in case something comes out for that firmware that you are on, or one later than you. But currently everyone who's on 4.05 can enjoy the benefits of that. There's quite a few things there. It's pretty fun. There's some homebrew coming as well, by the looks of things. And yeah, it's the scene is going mad at the moment. It's flourishing. So if you guys have any questions, don't forget to leave it in the comments down below. Please don't forget to subscribe and rate and comment. Peace out guys. Catch you in the next video.